Hey, welcome back to the Maguire Motorsports YouTube channel. We're here on part 2 of lowering the old body style Chevy project we got here. Hopefully seen in the last video, we got the front lowered. Today we're going to get started on lowering the back. It may take me a couple evenings to get this complete. We're going to start by removing the bed from the truck. We want to do this for a few reasons. It's a whole lot easier to do that when you're using the frame C-notches, and with the 6-inch drop that's highly recommended. And also we want to clean the frame up a little bit, maybe paint it back a matte black, chassis black finish, and then we'll be installing the flip kit. So follow along. We're going to go ahead and start getting this bed taken off. From what I understand from a little internet research, is there's 8 bolts that hold the bed on. So there's 2 in each corner, basically being about 8 inches apart. So we'll get those removed. Of course, you got to remember to take loose the wiring harness going up to the taillights, as well as a ground strap, it said. And we'll also be having to make sure we take the fuel filler loose from the side of the bed where you put the gas in, as it's connected down to the frame that way. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright guys, so we're getting ready to roll under the truck here. I checked the bolts. They are a 18mm, so that's what we're going to use to take it off, along with the extension. If I need it, I got a little more extension to bust them loose. Got a corded impact, just a Chicago Tools from Harbor Freight. So we're going to go ahead and roll under here. I'll show you where the bolt locations are, and then I'll show you the wiring connections that we need to take loose. So let's roll in here and see what we got. Okay guys, so here's the, if you notice, there's a hole in the bottom of the frame rail, and you can see all the way up to the bolt right here. Let's see if I can focus. There you go. Go straight there. Move up. Well, I saw in there it's about 8 inches. It's more than 8 inches. It's probably a good 2 foot or so. But you work your way on up here. There's another opening right there with another bolt in it. There's 2 on forward on the frame rail like that, and then the other side corresponds. As far as electrical connections, you don't have to take the bumper off to remove the bed, but you want to remove this connector here. It goes down for the license plate illumination lights. Then we have a connector here. See if I can get it in focus right there. This is your taillight wiring harness. Got a connector here. It's basically right by this back driver's side bed bolt. And so I got a ground strap, which I'm thinking is see if I can, right here. This goes into the same wiring harness going up to the bed, and there's a ground bolt for it. So we'll have to take it out as well. And again, like I said, the fuel door and the hose going up to where you put fuel in. So we have to make sure we remove all those items. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I got my tool here ready. Again, we're going to go right through this bottom frame hole, go up and access the bed bolt, and then we'll go ahead and try to knock her out of there. There we go. So, need to repeat that 7 more times. Move this camera back a little bit. There you can see what we're doing. So this one here is really difficult to see, guys. There we go. Now we'll try to bust it out. have to get something stronger. Alright, see what we can do to get this broke loose, guys, and I'll catch you back up in a minute. Okay guys, so we didn't get too far tonight, and as you can see it's starting to get a little dark. All the bed bolts are loose on the truck. We got the crane out here ready to hook to the bed. We got the wiring loose up for the tail lights and the ground strap. And even got the fuel filler disconnected from the bed. We've got this crane ready. Something I think I'm going to have to do though is we originally thought we had a different idea to lift the bed. Probably going to go ahead and order one of the bed pickup tools from Summit or Jegs. That way we can get it lifted up and not worry about damaging anything. Sure don't want to damage the truck. It's too nice of a truck for anything like that. But that's where we're at right now. We're going to go ahead and call it quits tonight because it's been thundering. I'm expecting storms to come through again any minute. But we do have the bed loose on the truck. There's one bolt that really gave us fits. You guys seen the second one I was doing it tried to, but honestly I cranked it a couple of turns by hand and the impact took it right out. But the one before the front one on this driver's side gave us pure fits. It was rough all the way out, but we finally got it out of there. We didn't let it whip us. So next part of the video here you'll see, probably a different day. We'll be using this crane to go and lift up the truck bed. That way we can have access to the frame rails to do the C-notch, and we'll go ahead and leave the bed off as we do the drop kicks. It'll just be easier not having to roll around on your back. So I'll go ahead and show you here a little bit of what's going on. Give me just a second. Let me take it off the tripod. No, I don't have the most steady hand at this. Okay. So, like I say, there was 4 bolts along this side, 4 bolts along the other side. I showed you the connectors back here behind the bumper. Then we come over here, and behind the fuel filler door, there was 1, 2, 3 bolts to take out. I've seen some people take these out. I don't think that's really needed, as it's just sort of holding the fuel door on. But you can see that's, you know, loose and ready to slide right out. But it's pretty much ready to pick right on up out of the they're right on off the frame rails. Thought I'd show you guys our crane here. We made this here at the house a while back. We saw a version of it, a gantry crane they call it, at Harbor Freight, and thought we could build it a little cheaper, and we did. So this is all hand built right here at the house. It's already pulled a few engines, and looks like next segment of this video you'll see it pulling a bed. So keep on watching. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so it's the next day. We're outside here, and the last part of the video you saw that we got the bed off, got the frame exposed here, and we're getting ready to work on the C-notches. We've already got some of the hardware and stuff, the bolts removed that we have to. Matter of fact, I'll just take you in closer and let you take a look. Hang on just one second. Okay, so right there in that frame rail, you can see where that little bracket's hanging loose now. A little clip there's hanging loose now, as well as one there. Because right, you can see, let's see if I can point it to you. That right there is the actual bump stop. That'll probably drop down. Of course, we may be able to just cut around it and drop the whole thing out. Then on this side, we took the opposite side C-notch. I got it laying over on the ground right now. Placed it over here because it lined up with the holes. That way we could put it. And then you can kind of see the line right here that we scribed out. Might have to back up here. But right here. Then going across right here. And then going back down. That's the area of the frame that has to be removed in order for the C-notch to fit in. Then I've got the C-notch for this side laid out here ready to go. So we should be able to move that material, or remove that material, and the C-notch bolt right in. Then I'm going to go get the cutoff wheel just now, and then we'll kindly get started here and see what we can do. Keep watching. Maybe we'll set up a time lapse and let you guys see what we got going on. Okay guys, so we got the frame on this passenger side cut out. We decided to weld it in instead of bolt it in. Thought it'd look better and probably function better. Just now, you probably see from the video I got going on the tripod there, but he's got it all tacked in, top and bottom, on both front and rear sections. I know it's getting dark. We're going to try to finish this side up tonight. May have to do the other side tomorrow. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's pitch black out here now. We just got finished, got stuff cleaned up a little bit. We still got the driver's side to do, and hopefully a little bit of the GoPro footage. I saw that the memory card got full on it again. But I want to show you guys just where we're at right now. Bear with me, I know it's extremely dark out here, and we live in the middle of nowhere, so there's no real good street lights. But I had Dad weld it. He professional welder, was for years. Get a little extra light here. But in lieu of the bolts, we just had to go in just fully weld it in. You can see he's got it all welded there, fully underneath wrapped. Same thing on this side. And the welds really haven't even been cleaned up yet. He's welded along the top edge of the frame there, all on the inside areas. Should be super strong, a lot stronger than what a bolt ever thought about being. So tomorrow, I don't know if I'll film it because it's just monotonous. It's the same thing as what we've done here. But we'll go and get the other side done. And then next thing I'll probably film, next thing you'll see on this video, will be cleaning the frame up and getting it painted. And of course the actual flip kit and drop. Alright guys, so another day we're back out here working on the C10 project. You can see we still got the bed off of it. Caught in some reinforcements here. Got my brother and my nephew out here. They're doing a little bit of frame cleanup. So right here, you can see they're wire brushing, trying to get everything cleaned up a little bit. Looking real good so far. You can see where the notches are now fully welded in. We're starting to get stuff cleaned up. Alright, we'll come around this side. You can see we're getting it all cleaned up. Alright. So, I won't record much of this. I mean, it's just scraping rust off a frame, but you can see where we're at. Now, bring in once we get everything painted up. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got the frame painted. The rear axle still needs some paint. I plan on doing that later. Just because probably have to be a little more intricate and probably even have to use a brush instead of a spray can. All this was done of a Rust-Oleum oil-based enamel spray. The springs need a little more attention to detail. As we pull the springs off for our flip kit we're getting ready to install, that's when we'll go ahead and just spray them. That way we can access everything really well. Got everything cleaned up with a high pressure washer. This right here, the fuel filler neck was caked up with junk. But as you can see, it's all looking pretty good. The notches look really good in there. Got our bump stops installed in the notches. There and there. Again, the frame and springs are going to get cleaned up. I'm sorry, the rear axle and the springs will get cleaned up as we're working. The axle, like I said, probably use a brush to make it a little nicer detail. But overall, it's looking pretty good. We're getting ready to start the process of actually lowering the back now. Where we'll go in and do the axle flip kit. So the axle will be going on top of the springs now. So hopefully we got a GoPro that's going to work this time. It's been giving me a little trouble, but I think we got it lined out. So we'll get started. Okay guys, so hopefully seen on the time lapse there, it's still going on the tripod. The leaf spring's out, the axle's just sitting there now. Our job now is going to be to clean up the leaf spring a little bit, get a little paint on it, just make it look better. And then we'll be.
We're gonna clean it up. We'll paint it, you know.
Yeah.
After we install it.
Yeah. That's it. Made to paint it after it's installed. That way we can go ahead and handle it and it not take all day. Honestly, on a leaf spring, I don't even mind brush painting them. It actually allows you to get back in those little cracks between the leaves pretty good as well. And if you use a nice oil base, it don't leave any brush marks. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get it cleaned up so it looks pretty good, and then go ahead and install it. Look like I got a little bit of crust to knock off the rear axle right there. Just you know, years of grime. These Chevrolet pickups are well known for that.
Yeah, see where that
Yeah, right in.
pad is from right out to the drum would be done now.
Yeah.
Brush it, put you some paint on it.
So, just so I can catch you guys up, this is where we're at right now. Again, we just cut the U-bolts because it's easier just putting new U-bolts in them. They always, I can show you on this side. I mean, this is a really clean truck, but it still gets all that, let's see if I can get you the right angle. Try to brace myself against the tire here so it's not shaky. You can see it gets all that crud down in there. You cannot hardly get those out free for anything. So we just cut the U-bolts on that side. I got it brand new ones to go in it. And then we'll get ready to start back the reassembly here in just a minute. Okay guys, so hopefully you've seen us complete the flip kit on the back. We got everything reinstalled. Pretty simple setup really. Let me get close up here. You can see, you know, before the axle was under the spring. Now this McGaughy's flip kit uses this little block here to set the axle on the top of the spring. This is basically just to put your U-bolts, factory U-bolts through. We went ahead and put new ones on because I just didn't like the look of the old ones. Looked kind of crusty. And it's got a new bottom spring plate right here to sandwich everything together. But that's the basic setup. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the factory tires back on. Dad's working on that right now. I'll go ahead and get this one on. We'll get the truck off the blocks and hopefully get the bed installed. So here we go. Alright guys, so like I told you, we got everything lowered now. Still got a little detail work to do, but we're going to go ahead and get the bed put on while we can. So right there's the bed. I'll lift it up with the crane here and get her set back down over on the truck. So we got a time lapse set up, ready to go. So let's see if we can get this thing on here and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so it's took us 2 or 3 evenings, but we got this truck wrapped up finally, getting the back drop. We had a lot of extra work on ourselves. We want to make sure the frame looked good. We done a lot of cleanup and paint work on that. Instead of bolting the C-notches in, we wanted to weld them. We felt like that would be a stronger move. The actual flip kit itself, as you'll probably see on the video, it didn't take hardly any time. It was just the prep work going into it that isn't necessary. It's not necessary, but if you want your job to look good, I feel like it is. So, and I also go ahead and I mean, I might have missed something in the video, but we'll go ahead and show you what wheels we chose for the truck now that we got it dropped. And we're wrapping all that up right now. But I'm very pleased with everything. We still got a lot to do with the truck, so keep watching the videos. But I'll go ahead and take the camera off the tripod and let you guys take a look at the overall effect here. I'm extremely pleased with it. Okay guys, so here's a little better look at the truck. If you remember, in the front of this truck we went with a 4-inch drop using McGaughy's brand spindles and springs. when we done that, if you recall, we had the 15-inch factory steel rally type wheels on it, and they actually looked pretty good with it. But the problem we ran into, and it said it might be an issue, but they were rubbing the lower control arm after the truck was dropped. So we couldn't really even move the truck, so we went ahead and got wheels. We've been trying to keep it a secret, but they might have showed up here or there in a video. But anyway, we got the 4-inch drop in the front. If you recall, last time you seen the truck, it was sky high in the back still. Now we got her down with a 6-inch drop in the rear, and I think it looks very, very good. It gives it a nice, mean, you know, street truck, sport truck look that you're kind of going after with a drop like this. The wheels in the front, we chose a 20x8 polished Torq-Thrust 2. The tire size on this is a 245/40. I'm wanting to think. I was looking for the 245/40 on the front on a 20x8. When you come to the back, we chose a 20x10, and they're stuffed in there pretty good. Hopefully we don't have any clearance issues, but we'll see. The tire size here on the back is a 275/40. They're a good meaty looking tire for the truck. Again, we was wanting sort of that hot rod pickup look, and I think we've nailed that right on the head. One thing Dad had mentioned is he liked the view from the back with this stance. See if I can clear out a spot to get behind it. But it's kind of got that almost a mini tub look with a lot meatier tire. A 275 is right around 10.5 inches wide, so it's a good sized tire. So again, down a side profile, you can see there, like the way the wheels come right out to the edge of the fender. I think that's a good look. Nice low stance. Everything seems to be a-okay with it. So some of the next things that we plan on doing with the truck is we're going to continue what we thought we were starting with. We're going to go ahead and get it cleaned the rest of the way up. It's going to need, of course, a wash again. Probably have to clay bar it again where we've done a little grinding, metal work. I mean, you can't help it. The sparks fly everywhere, metal dust. We're going to go ahead and polish it after that. Maybe a 2-step polish. If you remember, we done that test spot on the hood. You can still kind of see it a little bit. The truck's really dirty. I mean, the truck's been sitting here for a month and a half now without being washed. But you know, it's looking real good there. See if we can find that little test. Yeah, you can still kind of see the defining line right in this area. And again, the paint it's filthy right now. It's not been washed in about 6 weeks, where it's just kind of sitting here being worked on. But that's what she's looking like right now. So the wash and cleanup's gonna be the next steps. I've never really got to detail the truck on the inside yet. We'll get to that. Go with the composite headlights and the Silverado chrome grille. As far as modifications in the back, I'm going to go ahead and paint the painted steel rear bumper that came with the truck for now, but I'll be on the lookout for a chrome factory bumper. Wouldn't mind either the chrome Dumbo mirrors like that right there, or would really like to do some type of sport mirror. But here we are for now. Also, we'll probably go ahead and replace the tail lights. They're not too horrible shape, but honestly they're a little faded. But there we go. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be having a whole lot more videos with this coming up, and whatever else we can get into. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Have a good night. Alright guys, one last thing I forgot to mention, that if you're in the Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia area, the fall rod run's coming up September, I want to think around like the 17th or 18th. I have to look again for the exact date. We'll be there that Saturday. We'll definitely be having the gold truck here. Hoping to have the grill swapped and everything by then. We'll see. But if you see us out there, holler at us. Also, may even be taking Dad's Silverado down there. Hopefully we start doing a whole lot more with this truck. It's a already V8 regular cab short bed truck. So if I can talk Dad into it, we got a whole lot of mods planned for that truck. He's sort of into the idea of doing a Pro Charger or one of the Torq-Storm superchargers. So be on the lookout for us. We'll be there at the rod run with both trucks. So again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.